Hello, I'm Jim Knowles, doing your poetry on YouTube. But actually, we're going to do this thing where I tell a naughty story I overheard some friends of my parents telling them over too big a bottle of Vino Fino. So it has to do with Mr. Lizard, Mr. Rabbit, and Mr. Turtle. So Mr. Rabbit, Mr. Turtle, and Mr. Lizard all went together and they bought a big 100-acre spread and they were going to start a farm. Well, things weren't going so well, so they sent Mr. Rabbit out to get some fertilizer. So Mr. Rabbit headed out with his wheelbarrow. So it was going to take him a long time to drive his wheelbarrow to town to get some fertilizer. Well, in the meantime, they dug a well. And at the bottom of the well, they hit oil. And the oil came gushing up. And so they told the Raleigh man who was around to to tell the telephone man to bring him a line. And then they called on the line. And in pretty short order, they had a contract from an Texas oil man came up to New England there and got the surprise oil. So they were wealthy. They were rich. So their servant arrived, and Mr. Rabbit was still hopping to town looking for the fertilizer. Well, Mr. Rabbit finally made it back, and so they were, they had the paper umbrellas, they were around the pool, and Mr. Rabbit comes to the front yard, and he's all dirty. And the butler says, "Yes?" And he said, "I'm here to see my friends." "Your friends?" He said, "Yeah, where's Mr. Lizard?" And the butler said, "Mr. Lizard is out in the yard." And he said, "Well, where's Mr. Turtle?" "Sir, Mr. Turtle is down by the well." "I'm not sure if they know you." "Who shall I say is calling?" And he said, "Could you tell him it's Mr. Rabbit, and I'm back with the shit." Thank you.